Hi everybody from Malawi. I'm not having the best camera today. I don't have a camera person or my microphone set up the way I would like. But I wanted to make this lesson, even though it's not perfect, just to share a little bit about using a sketchbook and how important a sketchbook can be for your creative process. So don't look at me anymore. You can look at one of my sketchbooks. I've been keeping sketchbooks for many years, ever since I was a teen, actually. And you might see some people online have really beautiful, polished sketchbooks with really intricate artworks inside. You could absolutely go crazy and have all kinds of things in your sketchbook. But I think the best sketchbooks are the ones where you don't put that much pressure on yourself. So you see actually on the left are all kinds of little ideas for cartoons, and I checked them off if I actually made a cartoon out of them. So I started a little over a year ago a series called There Doodles, and they were meant to just be sort of quick and dirty because I tend to do a lot of animations that take years, and so I wanted to create something that just took an hour. And it basically is a cartoon journal of life abroad in different countries. Anyway, so you can use a sketchbook just to jot any old idea that comes in your head. You can also do quotes, and then as you can see here, these are rough drafts for what later became more polished cartoons that I would then digitize on the computer. And yeah, let me just walk you through it. So you, little shout out to Riverside Art in Somerset, Massachusetts, which is the next town over when I go visit family in the U.S. A beautiful store with lots of art supplies, but you don't need a special sketchbook. Any notebook will do. You'll see that sometimes, I abandon ideas, and that's perfectly fine. These are again, just rough drafts. I'm not going to spend too much time on each page. If you want to see finished cartoons, I can drop you the link. But yeah, so you see sometimes there are false starts, which is perfectly fine. A lot of times, even the ones that become a polished polished comic, I may change things in later drafts. So these are really just very rough, not meant for other people to see, but I'm sharing with you. But anyway, so there you go. And what I would recommend too is, besides just doing rough drafts of projects in here, which can easily be changed later, don't be afraid to scribble things out. Don't be afraid to, if you see something in a magazine that's interesting or a picture, you can put it in almost like a scrapbook. You can also... Some of these I never made. And it's interesting because now I'm actually drawing the first draft on the computer just to save a little bit of time. So my ideas are even more rough because I'm not going to trace right over them. It's just kind of a reference for me to look at when I'm drawing on the computer. But everyone's process is different. So some people, want to do a lot of stuff offline. Maybe they never do anything on the computer. And other people, like me, I find I actually prefer drawing on the computer. So this one's too political. I probably won't make that one. But anyway, so there you go. I also recommend inspiring quotes, or let's say you're reading a book and there's like a really interesting passage. Here's an interesting one. So this is when I started, and then this was sort of the second draft, and then there's a final draft which became a more polished cartoon. And this one I think is lame, so I never made this one. I just couldn't get the idea down. So sometimes you'll see I cross things out, change the words around, try to simplify a little bit. Any Sesame Street fans here? Sometimes I feel like Bert in a world full of Ernies. Oh yeah. All right. And yeah, and then I went to the US over Christmas, and these were my impressions, and I never made actual cartoons, polished cartoons that I published from these. Same here. Boy, this was sort of predicting the current situation, wasn't it? Emergency preparedness around the world. And this. Anyway, so you get the idea. But these were just not funny to other people. These were hilarious to me. And then I'd show them, like to my creativity group, and it would just kind of get a right? I knew what I wanted to say, and yet I just couldn't quite get it. And actually, I kept trying. It was this idea of, making fun of people who do anti-aging. And later, let's see if I can find the one that finally became the final one. Hold on. German resting face. That's my husband. I love Germans. I married one and gave birth to two, so I'm sorry if I've offended anyone. Where is it? This one. So this one actually became a polished cartoon. So this one came from 5 other slightly less funny drafts. And it's just, about the Grim Reaper letting her know that he can help her stop aging. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I hope you will start a sketchbook or a notebook. And remember, anything goes. You can put color in it. You can use colored pencils, cut things out, collage, stick figures. Just even if you're more of a wordy person, just put a bunch of words in there. It's all good. It's all good. Okay? And as you see now, I'm doing all this things related to the current situation, how to stay positive during a pandemic. All right, hope you're well. I hope you can forgive the rough nature of this video. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Mwah. Take care.